Welcome back to the Discount Property Investor Podcast. Our mission is to share what we have learned from our experience and the experience of others to help you make more money investing like a pro. We want to teach you how to create wealth by investing in real estate the Discount Property Investor way. To jumpstart your real estate investing career, visit freewholesalecourse.com, the most complete free course on wholesaling real estate ever. Thanks for tuning in.
Mindset.
The importance of the right mindset. That's really what I wanted to talk about today. So we're in a coaching group. Again, we've got coaches, nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yeah, I'm in a couple of them.
Yeah, you have to. Masterminds, coaching groups, all that. And I was just thinking about my favorite thing to participate in is the Monday morning mindset, is the mindset meetings. Because to me, the mechanics of real estate, the how-to of it and the how-do of it, like Dave and I, we both know that, right? But our mindset is probably the most powerful thing or the most important thing, and it's the thing that changes probably the most often. We're affected by things in our lives.
Absolutely.
We are, again, sometimes negative feelings come and enter your mind that you have to kind of, you have to take it in with a grain of salt. You have to push those away and just get the right mindset to push on, to keep on. Our mindset. So what is mindset? A mindset is basically just your attitude about things and the way that you approach life, right, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
simple.
Yeah. So again, and we harp on, or I think we have harped on in the past, is that the abundance mindset is so much more important than having the scarcity mindset.
Yes.
And an abundance mindset means that you see that, yeah, there's a few deals out here in St. Louis. There's a few deals out here in St. Louis for anyone who wants to do a few deals in St. Louis. That's the abundance mindset.
Yeah.
The scarcity mindset is, oh, shoot, if somebody else gets that deal,
there's already 10 people doing this?
I can't have it.
Right.
No, there's plenty of money. There's plenty of wealth in St. Louis for Dave and I to build wealth for ourselves. There's plenty of it for us. There's plenty of it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the abundance mindset, and that's one of the ones that I think is the most important. But it's also a positive mindset versus a negative mindset, right, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
So, the positive mindset is I'm so lucky to have woken up today. Like, I am so lucky.
That's a gratitude thing there.
It is.
Absolutely.
Well, it is.
100%.
Yeah.
You're talking my language now.
I am, man. That's what I love, though. It's just I am so lucky to live in America. I am so lucky.
So all weekend, my wife and I were trying to find something to do because we were just kind of bored. And, we're stir crazy. We've been home for 3 months with COVID and shit.
Yeah, and everything's restricted.
Oh,
it's tough.
man.
Yeah.
And it was so humid this weekend.
Dude, it was brutal
like
humid.
to the point to where we went for a drive just because we were bored. And on the horizon, you could see the freaking moisture in the air.
Yeah.
It looked like smog. But it was just moisture.
Dude, I was cutting the grass.
Oh.
It was so brutal.
So we were both like, you know what? Even though we're bored at home and we don't have anything to do, at least we have air conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
Because I walked outside to turn the water on just to water the grass and the flowers, and came out. I was out there for 3 minutes and I was soaking wet.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah, no, it is. It was just brutal out. So, yeah, how lucky are we to have air conditioning? So that's a mindset thing, though, too, right?
It is.
And a lot of people, so let's go into gratitude a little bit since we're talking about it.
Sure.
So some people use gratitude journals, right? So what is that? It's, in my understanding of it, because Dave, I've never actually done one. I just know that I practice it, or I try to practice it more.
Yeah.
Just being grateful.
So,
but a gratitude journal. So if you're struggling with being positive and remaining grateful, it's you take a couple minutes in the morning to write down something that you're grateful for and why you're grateful for it, right? Isn't that the
that's it. That's all you got to do, man.
Yeah. So
and it doesn't even have to be a couple minutes. It can be a minute, 30 seconds. So I have a gratitude jar in my kitchen, and we don't use it every day. I need to start. And it has these little cards, and it's like kind of fancy looking, right? But you just write on there what you're grateful for. And we used to do it in the morning when we were making breakfast. And it's just so great. It doesn't have to be like anything over the top. It can be anything. But just take a second to think about the fact that you have that in your life, or the ability to do something, or it could be a loved one. I mean, sometimes I'm just grateful for the pancakes that we're cooking.
And what I was gonna say is,
Doesn't
I
have to be
feel
anything
like
crazy.
the simpler the thing is that you can be grateful for, the more powerful it is
The
in your
more
life.
powerful it is.
Because like if you just sit back and you think, oh, I'm so grateful for my Tesla. I'll give Dave's,
Yeah.
because it's awesome. That's an awesome car. Like, how lucky, right? Like, oh, and Dave is so blessed. He has this Tesla, right? That's cool. But what about water? Like,
Oh,
I am
yeah.
so grateful that I have
Plumbing.
clean water to drink, to keep me alive. Like, that I don't have to worry about my water being infected with some deadly disease that I could catch. Like, I'm so lucky on a warm day. We were just talking about hot, that we have running water in our house that I can just turn on and drink.
Yeah, sometimes
it's
you
so
have
hot.
to take it down to the basics for sure.
Yeah. So, and again, I feel like that is just like, holy smokes, there are people out there in the world that don't have clean water. Like, dude, get back to like some of the more simple stuff and be grateful for that. And I just think you truly open up your mind to being happier and just happier, more content with your stuff.
That's the answer to happiness in most cases. Is people aren't
grateful.
They're not grateful enough. You know. So, but that's a small part of mindset is gratitude, guys. So there's some other types of things when it comes to mindset that's very, very important. I think one thing that can help with having a positive mindset is to have positive habits.
Yeah, go
Habits
on.
are important, man. I think I don't know the exact statistic, but I've been reading a book recently about it, and like 75% of what you do in your day
is just out of habit.
Is habit. Think about it. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you go make yourself a cup
Dave,
of
I was
coffee.
wondering why I was going to the office this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, just what I do.
It's a habit.
But
yeah.
it's like,
you go to the bathroom, you maybe take a shower, you go work, or you don't, whatever. But then you may go to the gym, and you may change things up, but 75% of what you do tomorrow, you did today.
I believe it.
And vice versa, on average. So it's okay to have habits. Make them good, though. Make your habits eating healthy and exercising and taking time to be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the time that you're focusing on your business or your life, it's just going to come easier.
Okay, so the good habits.
Have good habits or change your habits to be better.
Yeah, so the good habits, because you're saying the good habits will have an impact on your mindset, meaning, and you mentioned, so eating healthy and exercising. What else? Or let's just expand or expound on that a little bit.
Sure.
If you don't mind.
Here's one of my favorite habits.
Sure.
Making offers.
Ooh, I love it.
When you get a new student that comes in and says, hey, Mike, hey, Dave, teach me how to do real estate. We're like, cool. Let's do some marketing and get some offers out the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing we do. You don't know how to run appointments? Doesn't matter. We'll teach you that when we get there.
You'll learn that.
But why start there? You don't need to. Market and make offers. So making offers, if you're listening to this podcast, this is a real estate podcast. And if you're not making offers, I'm not saying you need to be making 30 a day, but if you're not making 2 or 3 a week, change your habit right now to start. You will never get a deal if you don't make an offer. So just make habits that are going to align more with what you want. It seems so stupid, right? Like, I have a goal, I put together a plan, and I'm going to execute that plan. Here's what really happens. I have a goal, I have no plan, it becomes a dream. So just put together simple habits that align with your plan that's going to get you to your goal. So we're going to kind of pivot a little bit, and this is a mindset podcast, but we're going to talk about real estate investing. So if you want to be a real estate investor and wholesale some properties, start marketing. If you're not already marketing, make it an effort to spend 10 minutes a day on marketing. And then eventually you can move it to 20 and 30 in an hour and 2 hours. But if you don't start somewhere and you don't create that habit, if you didn't do it yesterday, it's not happening today. So start today, make a little habit of it, and then you're gonna be able to make it work. Same thing with making offers.
Yeah, that was a really good tie-in, Dave. I like that, and it is important. It's like success habits. So building successful habits. One of them, and I'll get back to it then. Just a little kind of a share a personal anecdote. So I started making smoothies every morning. Just because
I love it. Julia does it.
Because I'm not eating enough vegetables. Like, I know it. Or fruit
fiber.
Or vegetables.
It's about the fiber, bro. Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, I made a smoothie every day, and it's like we started out with just mostly sweet stuff because that's easy. You know, they
Yeah, it
taste
tastes
good.
great.
They taste
Yeah.
good. So it's mostly like strawberries and
Dude,
you
get the
know,
frozen cauliflower, and then you don't need ice,
we'll
and you
see.
can't tell the
Well,
difference.
so that's what I did. So I
Holy
buy
shit.
frozen. Well, I buy frozen
Yeah.
fruits.
Mm-hmm.
So it's frozen strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to do anything. Dude, that's
Mhm.
great, man.
It's
just
great.
literally
Yeah, you
dump
don't
it
need
back.
ice. It's thick. It's
great.
good. Yep.
So no, I
Smoothies
use
are
ice.
great, man. And see, now you have a habit, and it's a healthy habit that snowballs
Well,
into more healthy things.
And so what we're doing though, or what I've done, is that okay, now I'm in the habit of doing it because I like it, tastes good. So then I started replacing some of the contents with, instead of having really sweet, now there's a lot of spinach in there.
Mm-hmm.
So again, there's tons of spinach in my smoothie. And I'm throwing some carrots in now.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you're replacing some of that fruit with vegetables. So now our vegetable intake in the morning has gone through the roof. Like again, who the heck's eating spinach in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Probably healthy people, but you know,
I do.
point
Yeah,
point
with
being,
my eggs, but yeah, sure.
point being,
Most people don't.
it's getting in there now. So again,
Sure.
it's building a healthy habit, and you build on that. So again, I have a nice healthy smoothie. It makes me want to go work out. Again, it makes me want to do
Yeah.
other
So good
healthy
habits
things.
and increase other good habits. You're not going to drink that smoothie and then decide to get McDonald's for lunch.
Probably not.
Some days, maybe.
Yeah.
But you see my point, though? You're going to say,
Mhm.
all right, I'm already on a roll. Let's keep
Well,
it
and
going.
You drink the smoothie, then once I want to go work out. You go to the gym. You're not going to want to go to McDonald's right after the gym.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Good habits will.
They build
I mean,
on
think
each,
of it this
on
way,
themselves.
man. Whenever I go out and have a couple cocktails, I want a cigarette. I don't smoke.
Oh, baby, do I want a cigarette
I
after
don't
I'm
smoke,
drinking.
but
yeah.
but after a couple drinks, it tastes good.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
Yeah, and then you want more drinks, and then more of just whatever else that ends up being negative. It's a bad thing for your body. You end up staying out later and getting less sleep. I mean, negative habits.
They build on
increase,
themselves. Yeah.
And it works the same way with the positive ones. So the purpose of this episode today, guys, is talk about mindset and about habits and about gratitude. Put together the right habits that are going to align with your goal, which are really just part of your plan. Your habits should just be part of your plan to get to your goal. Stay positive, practice gratitude, and just take small steps. You don't have to go out and spend $30,000 on marketing to motivated sellers if you haven't done it before.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, but start with 20 or 30 minutes a day of either reading about how people are doing it, or just start cold calling Zillow and Craigslist and just start making this a routine. You know, and the first person you talk to is probably not going to be a deal, but you have to have, it's a numbers game. So if you're not making a habit to talk to people in general, then you're never going to have that first person on the phone, and you're never going to have the deal. It all kind of works together. But one thing we kind of skipped over was abundance and scarcity.
We talked about that. We touched on it.
Yeah, I touched on it a little bit, but you know, it's the scarcity mindset is
Oh, we skipped.
I don't have the time to do this, or there's already 30 people in my city wholesaling, or there can't be that many motivated sellers right now, and everyone else is already marketing, and I'm late to the game, or I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, or I mean any of these negative type of feelings. Like, you know, those are those root from a scarcity mindset, and you have to just flip the switch in your head to just go towards abundance. You know, this will work. I will learn how to do this. So what that there's 30 people doing it. Now there's 31. You know, I mean, you just got to have the mindset of, I'm going to win. I'm going to make this work. And, you know, it's just like you hear all these boxers before they get into the ring, you know, like if they're uncertain if they're going to win that fight, they lose. If they go into that ring knowing that they're going to win, they won. Henry Ford said it best. If you think you can or can't, you're right.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good quote.
It's a great quote. But that's exactly what it is. You are right. If you don't think you can do it, it ain't happening.
So, I want to touch real briefly on the one you mentioned about the just the mindset and the failure. It's okay to fail, guys.
It's okay to fail.
We're not top level
Love
performers here. So again, winning a fight or losing a fight, or winning a deal or losing a deal, who cares?
Who cares?
There's another one.
Right.
Like nobody is looking at day one. So Dave and I, we lose deals all the time. We failed a lot together as business partners, and part of the reason we like working with each other is because we get up the next day and we decide, hey, what can we do today? what can we try to win at today? So again, you're going to fail a lot. It's just the quitting part. That's when you truly fail. So you just got to keep on moving and get that mindset right, guys.
Yeah, keep it right. If you need some things to help, just keep it simple. Put together a couple habits that are simple and short that you can start adding to your routine, and just find things around you that you're grateful for and think about them for a couple minutes a day, and it'll start to spiral into more and more positivity. And before you know it, you're going to be kicking ass. Signing off, guys. Thanks for listening to the Discount Property Investor Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to help us reach a wider audience. To jumpstart your real estate investing career, please visit freewholesalecourse.com, the most complete free course on wholesaling real estate ever. We would also appreciate it if you left us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. Thank you in advance for your support, and remember, you make your money when you buy, and you get paid when you sell. Now let's go build some wealth.